All right, stop the cap, stop the cap. What's up, guys? It's Stop Capping here. It's been a while since I uploaded a review, but I recently just finished Samurai Warriors Spirits of the Sanada about a month or so ago. The game came out in 2016 in Japan and 2017 in the US. And also, this game is has the archetype. This game is the last archetype on the traditional Samurai Warrior series before it got rebooted into the water paint version of the 2021 soft reboot prequel of how Nobunaga got into power. It's a pretty solid game. It's different. I hope they make a sequel to it soon because I'm a hardcore fan of the series. But I don't think the sales weren't as great. But fans like ourselves could hope for these hack and slash games. In this game, you mainly focus on the family of the Sanada family. You play also as Yukimura's father, who's also the head of he's pretty much the patriarch of the family and a chief strategist. So let me show you what the game looks like here. All right. Cool thing about this game is you could, always go back to earlier missions and get achievements unlocked. So do certain tasks, get more experience points. For this case, we're gonna go to the Sanada's hideout and show you where to go. So this, I just left Osaka Castle. That's one of the main hubs in the game later on. Let's see. Let me go to the castle town. There you go, Sanada's main castle. Let's see, do they have the... No, over here you don't have the area where to summon your characters. Oh, here we go. Yuda Castle. So this is really specific area here. So of course you start off at your own main castle with your family, and you start building up your army. But in this particular case, for each time you complete a mission or a level that you want to rerun, you get these seashells. The Raifukuji Sakyo. With these seashells, you get to summon characters from previous games or people you meet in game, and you can either unlock it for exchange for XP, or you can unlock characters. As you can see, once you complete a certain chapter of the game, you get to unlock characters using these seashells. They're usually about like 3 per person, if I'm correct. I unlocked everybody. So yeah, of course you play as Masayuki Sanada at first. Then of course you rotate back to Yukimura's brother, Nobuyuki. He debuted, I believe, in the second or third. I think it was the third Samurai Warriors game where you saw the rift between them. This has a more in-tune story explaining that. It's more flushed out. Of course, you can unlock characters like Nobunaga, Kejimida. If I'm basically rerunning levels to unlock achievements or unlock extra levels like Gaiden levels, so they connect better to the story, I use my Tadakatsu and Keiji team. That was always my broken team every time I played the game, any of the Samurai Warriors games, especially the Samurai Orochi games. Yeah, in this game, see, like, you go further detail into the story. The character's age, you even get an aged Inuyasha Tagagawa. So it's pretty awesome game. It's really good. You unlock so many characters in this game. I feel like this game is also a love letter to the fans who basically stuck it out, playing the entire series, over the years. Yeah, even unlock guys from the Extreme Legends titles. Now Masa E, awesome character. But yeah, let me show you some stuff. So I'm going to show you the blacksmith. Very important concept of the game. So of course, in the game, also when you're going through certain side missions or main missions, you get to upgrade your weapons from the items you pick up on the battlefield. So of course, if you don't have any sufficient items, usually you get to go to the mission map, the overall mission map, and usually it'll tell you some areas where you can collect these materials. So you get this. So yeah, over here with the blacksmith, it'll tell you which roads or missions you got to do, the side missions you got to do to collect these materials to upgrade your weapons. As you can see, there's different abilities for your weapons. So of course I love burn damage, extra attack damage. This one you get increased Musu damage, your special on courage, increased damage on enemy officers, extra damage. So you're basically gonna melt them, just like if you're facing any other enemy. Clarity increases the duration of rage mode. Is like a extra level of Musu. It's basically your true Musu mode when you do your special. And well, what else you got? Yeah, momentum is great too. You get increased strength of your hyper attacks. Just like one of the previous games, you could start combos with triangle, square, just different variations of that to clear our enemies. And this just shows you an example. Of course, you can mix and match different elements. For Masayuki Sanada, since he was the first character I experimented this on, I pretty much had a really ridiculous build, as you could see. Fire, of course, like I said, burn damage. Ice, you freeze your enemies. Lightning, is more AoE damage, area of effect. Wind damage is pretty awesome. You can inflict damage to your enemies, especially the officers. If you're using wind damage, you can still inflict damage while they're blocking, which is amazing. Earth damage is really underrated too. I use this a lot for Tadakatsu because he does a lot of AoE damage. So his stun, his earth attacks stun enemies for additional damage. So it gets them dizzy. Also using the range stuff. Also for some of enemies, if you have some of the heavier set enemies, or depending on even if you got guys who attack quite rapidly as well, but if you want to increase their attack speed, you could do that. I usually use more attack speed for like the bigger characters. So for like Keiji Maeda, Keiji is already as powerful as he is. I put as much as I could. Fury, courage, fire. His fire attacks were really broken in the original Samurai Warriors games and Extreme Legends while you're doing a special. So Tadakatsu, you can see I gave him the earth, momentum, the fury for the Musu attacks. So like I said, these items go by really quick. It's really scarce. But as much as you keep replaying these levels, you'll be able to collect stuff. You also got different merchants. You can also buy materials using your gold. You collect as much gold as you can during the missions. So you can also buy these items instead of going out to replaying these missions as well. Other stuff that you could do is you have a little tea server area. So this helps build basically your synergy with your team. So let's say you got my adult brother here. So in this in this particular scenario, you will usually give a gift to your friends. Everyone has a different perspective of what type of gift they get. The bigger perspective of the gift, the different archetypes of gifts that you give them, the friendship level grows even more. And also when you maximize the friendship level, they also give you items or some scarce items that you can use for manufacturing weapons. So I'm gonna go show you a level right now. I'm gonna use Keiji and Tadakatsu just cause. Let's see. Let's see. Osaka Castle. Oh, this is probably the last stage. So let's see. Sanada home. Oh, I know what this is. Because usually I would have to go back to the, what was it? I would have to go back to the, I gotta leave. So let me see if I can go back to the stage select. So you can go to this place called a vault where you can watch over the cinematic scenes of the movie, basically the movie scenes within the game. And also you get to replay levels, like I said, that you were unable to finish any of the achievements. So the vault is you get to read all the history and watch all the cinematic videos, and library guard is more of the playing your stages again. Let's see. Let's do something like this. So here they'll give you a narrative of what's going on. This is pretty useful, especially if you want. You could do autoplay or manually do it on your own, or you can hit the touchpad to just skip. And then I'm just gonna go pick my guy. Pick Tadakatsu, Keiji. Cool thing you could do also is make sure you check out the equipment. You can see the stats on each of my characters. You can also get the mounts. I got Keiji Midas mount. You can get the Panda mount. You also got like stable masters in your towns, in your castles. So each one of these guys have either default requirements or special requirements to obtain these weapons. Obtain these stables. You also get accessories in the game that you unlock over time. Of course, the higher level difficulty, the higher the level of items that you're going to get. So if you get something chaos, you'll get something like in the lower right area, like gold or something higher level. And then you player information. You can see like my rage levels, spirit levels. Spirit levels is great too because it also helps you out with leveling up your rage meter. So once that spirit level is depleted, then your rage mode is over. So you also equip medicines or potions. You could buy those also in your town or create them. And yeah, so this is pretty much straightforward. You have your team versus everyone else. I can't wait to play the new Legend of Zelda. That one, the new Hyrule Warriors. You can change music in battle with the music that you unlock. It has a tutorial, game manual. You have different settings. You know, you have all the controls here. Alright, so let's begin this battle real quick. But yeah, I really recommend getting this game, especially if you're a big time fan of the series. As you can see, easy instructions on objectives. Also, you can switch characters using the options button. What you can also do is you can use commands. So you can have your character, my other character here, have them go attack an officer, or you can have them protect an officer too. So you can even have them stand by using the different commands of triangle. But you could do this. You could target allies for protection, or you can target enemies to attack. And since my guys are pretty level up, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get massacred. But yeah, let's keep doing what we gotta do. And of course, the more you level up, you'll level up your Musu bar. You also have stratagem. Every time you complete different tasks in levels, you level up your stratagem. Now your stratagem are additional things that you could do to shift the battle in your favor. If you don't use them, you don't really have to, but it'll just make your normal tasks a little bit difficult to complete. Now, if you already are beefed up, you know, if your character's already beefed up to like the max, you don't have to worry about stratagem. I only would use it in cases if it was like in the story mode, where I want to make sure I got everything down, you know, right the first time. So you can see these guys are getting massacred. I love the Musu attacks. These attacks have improved so much since the first game. Alright, let's go switch over to Keiji Maeda. Now, Keiji Maeda has always been a character that's been really broken in my opinion. Especially with this paralyzing combo, it's so broken. It's always been broken from everything. Especially once Extreme Legends was created, I felt that it was pretty sufficient having these two guys, Tadakatsu and Keiji Maeda, as a team. I always felt like they were always like the most broken team in the game, as in my opinion. Like, Keiji Maeda was already crazy. Before, my main team was Keiji Maeda and Nobunaga. Alright. And also, like, the cavalry charge in this game, you can add equipment to your character where horse attacks do more damage, and what do we call it? You'll just burn through your enemies. Especially if you're looking to rack up achievements, you know, getting 1,000 kills in the game for each level, and to, you know, get some type of you know, achievement for your character. It's really easy to do that via horseback, using your horseback special, and plus you rack up a lot of XP. Oh yeah, once you rack up all that XP too, once you level up, you know, all your health and your Musu bar regenerates. So you can only expect it to be crazier from there. So I'm gonna have all these guys line up. Yeah, just unnecessary violence. Yeah, definitely in the comment section if you have a favorite beat 'em up game or hack and slash game, especially from this series. You know, let me know which one you like. I'm gonna show you guys the Rage version of this now. Tadakatsu's is by far my favorite one. And of course, you also have like the. Unfortunately, you can't do the Rage Musus as a double Musu attack. You can still use the traditional double Musu attack, the standard ones with your in co-op. But I believe for this one is only one. Yeah, this one is only a one-player game compared to the Warriors or Rochi games. But you can still do a double Musu with another character if you're close enough in proximity and you both have Musu bars. So that is not impossible to have a double Musu. So I gotta do his Rage mode. I love how him and Tadakatsu have almost the same type of Rage Musu. I always thought that was pretty. Oh yeah, and also the hyper attacks. I forgot to show you the hyper attacks. I'll show you the hyper attacks. So usually your usual attacks will start off with square, 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 triangle, depending on what tier of attack you want to do. But with hyper attacks, you start with triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square. You can hit triangle 3 times or so. But the only way this attack could be deflected if you go attacking head on with a officer, they'll block it. But now if you have them dizzy, you could change it. You could juggle them. This helps build up Musu meter for your special really quickly. What do we got here? We got a troublemaker here. There we go. You can pick up items. Always pick up the items every chance you get, especially the harder difficulty you play. There's always going to be a better chance of you picking up better items than you did prior. Gotta go. And plus, the experience is great. I'm gonna do Keiji Maida's vintage Musu attack. I really missed the first game. In the first game, you could deflect the bullets in Extreme Legends. In the first game, yeah, you deflect arrows, but now in Extreme Legends, in the very first Samurai Warriors, you deflect bullets, the musket shots, which was pretty crazy. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. You know, when you're leveled up as quick, as beefed up as we are. So that's pretty much it. That's how you go into your past battles in the game. This game has autosave, but I also, make sure I manually save. Also over here, you get the vault guard. Want to enter the vault? Of course I do. Music. Oh yeah, you have the music theater. Play all the music in the game. So you have you unlock your own the original soundtrack. I always appreciated the music from this franchise, especially with Dynasty Warriors and the Warriors of Orochi collaborations. Event scenes. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, unlocking all the events. Stage events. Cool. So this is basically just acknowledging all the objectives that you have to complete. So this is what I was talking about when the stages are replayable, and these are the different conditions you have to do to complete each stage. So you can see stuff like that, prevent ninja masters from infiltrating an ally camp. So the game has a lot of replay value, especially with characters you want to build up for the main story, or just characters you have fun throughout the series. Is a great sandbox for this archetype of game. And I do like the 2021 Samurai Warriors game. I just hope they build more on top of it, rather than it being a one-off. But then again, you gotta be hopeful. Dynasty Warriors just came out with their own origins. Let's see. So yeah, you unlock people's profiles, stories. What else we got here? Let's see. The bolts. I think the music theater. Oh, event scenes. Yeah, so this is you replaying all the cinematic scenes. So this would be the opening scene right now. So they pull pretty much like a Quentin Tarantino. Like they'll show you like pretty much what the climax looks like, is gonna look like, and then they shift you back to the prequel of how it all began, starting with the child, young Yakamura. So you can see this is gonna be the Sanada's final stand against the Tokugawas. So you pretty much have a bittersweet version of that. So yeah, now it reflects back to the prequel. You're going back to a time, going backwards in time. As Masayuki, so, Yukimura's dad. And that's where your journey is going to begin. What's cool about also doing this event theater mode, you can also still have this on auto play, or you could still skip the scenes or move on to the next scene as is. If I have more time, I'll definitely want to do a thing where I want to upload all the cutscenes from the game. I believe compared to all the other games, as much as I love the other games, Samurai Warriors 2 is still my favorite game out of the series, and 3. But I felt that with Spirit of Sanada, the storytelling, the character development, all the flaws it had from the previous games, they basically find a way to patch stuff up and make it more of an organic experience. Being invested in the characters, and it feels like watching an anime series that you're in control of. That's the beauty about video games, making sure that you're able to play the games, get invested in the story, the music, the plot.
いずれしかるべき戦が用意されましょう。そうだな。ブーンを祈るぞ、正幸。父上を頼む。
Yeah, so in this timeline, Masayuki does have some console and some wise words talking back and forth with Shingen's son. Or I think that's Shingen's brother from the Takeda clan. Yeah, so here you go. So you can see, even with the epilogue, there's 8 cutscenes. And I know I also did a, whatchamacallit, I did a playthrough and I uploaded the game, the campaign I did with this game. So if you want to look back on that, please do. And yeah, this is my total playtime. Jesus Christ. Need to vote. And I guess I could show you guys the dojo real quick. It's pretty straightforward. Each castle has an area where you have an ally where you could go to your dojo and train your character. Like I said, there's a lot of neat mini games and little events that you could do when you're here. Of course, like any JRPG, you could talk to as many people as you can. And yeah, there you go. So let's say I want to. Who's hired? Tadakatsu. I got insufficient funds to level you up, Tadakatsu. It doesn't matter. My guys are jacked up anyway. I'll level it up. Nobunaga, just because. Just to show the people how we get things done here. And you do rage training as well. There you go. There's your rage level. He's so full of rage, that Nobunaga. Anyway, yeah, usually when you have this explanation caution point here, you have characters that are really they're ready to get leveled up or progress with more experience to the next evolution of their stage. There's also little mini quests. There's little side quests that you could do. It's just a little bit more objectives where you talk to the townsfolk, and they're gonna need certain items for you, or complete a certain task. It's like, hey, there's bandits on the road, or hey, can you get me this item? And sometimes you have to go buy the item or acquire the item from either a stage or a merchant, and then travel back to the other town and hand over that item, or you just get the item while you're actually in the going through a different stage. You can fish here too. Yeah, let's use a centipede. Why not? You even get the little fishing mini game. Look at that, freshwater eel. And I think also if you go into the red, you miss your fish. You could lose your fish. So let's back up. I'm good for now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Um, is it really a lot of the stuff here is self-explanatory, and I feel like every other game you just have to they do a really good job with the tutorials. They make sure that whatever stage you're going through in terms of character development or unlocking certain shops and stuff, they make sure they give you guys great instructions on how to proceed through your town and what to do. But I like how the people interact with you. They acknowledge you. So this is like definitely next level evolution of video games. Before people used to just like walk around like zombies or just stand in one place and you have to talk to them. But you can see like all these NPCs have some type of reaction towards your character. So I feel like that's a pretty cool concept they did with this game. Like I felt, for this game, they really went all out in some ways. I know there's some parts of the game that seems like it was lazy, but you have to realize they're working with the archetype that this was already something that was already being phased out before the new Samurai Warriors came to be after the pandemic. So this game was right before, a couple years before the pandemic, but it doesn't feel like it. It still feels very fresh to me. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Just stop capping. Get the game if you could. I wonder how much it is on Amazon. If you go to a used game store, a vintage game store, I know in California they have like Blue Shell Gaming. In New York, where I'm from, there's this little spot called Video Games New York. If you go to a place where they sell vintage games or systems, it will help out to find your chances. Get it from Amazon. Samurai Warriors. Yeah, so on Steam we got 9 out of 10, which is pretty cool. And then let's see if I want to get this online. If you want to get this on Amazon, for used copy it's $34. If you want to get a brand new copy, it's going to be $48. So hopefully you get something that's a good price for Cyber Monday. I will wait for a Cyber Monday deal if it goes down in price, but I feel that that's a fair price. The game is worth it, especially if you love these hack and slash games with Samurai Warriors or Dynasty Warriors, or other games that came to be. I felt that these games definitely helped push the envelope for more Warriors games to come out, or these sandbox games to come out. You have the Persona 5 Strikers, Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, so many other games out there. The Warriors of Orochi series really certified its legacy with that series as well. And I thought the first Warriors of Orochi's game was going to be a one-off game, and they already got, I think, 4 of them. So luckily I got Warriors of Orochi's 4 in part of my backlog that I want to complete as well. So if I'm able to complete that and upload that, make sure you look for that, look to see that in my channel. And I also gonna see if I'm gonna play Borderlands 3. And I'm glad I was able to make this video last minute. I was able to move from California to Florida, so now I'm back in East Coast time. So this is Stop Capping, signing out for this, and keep on gaming. All right, peace.